fast track to the C++. So in last lecture we have learned about this constructor. So now in this video lecture we are going to learn destructor. Okay, so here I am having one program that is similar to the last program. So this is my class, and inside that class there is one data member, and here is a parameterized constructor. So constructor, we have learned that the member function having the same name as of the class name but without any return type, and that is going to be invoked whenever you are going to declare an object. So here I declare two objects and this function is going to automatically invoked. So now let's learn about the destructor. So destructor is the special member function which possessing the same name as of the class name, but the difference is that it is initiated with the tilde sign ABC. Let's write something like cout I am destructor slash. So now you can see it's like a similar name, both possess the same name as of the class, either constructor destructor, but this thing is going to distinguish from the constructor with respect to the syntax. Okay, so now whenever you're going to declare an object, the constructor is called with a new operator so that it can allocate the memory to some variable which is declared in the class. So now the job of a destructor is to just destruct the memory or just to wipe out the memory. So at the back end, it's calling a delete operator. So now let's execute this same chunk of a code, and now let's wait for the output screen. So now you can see constructor 1, constructor 2, because I pass x over here, so there's a parameterized constructor, so that's why it's displaying, it's calling this method. So now here I am destructor and I am destructor, so 2 times the destructor is called. So this is your destructor. So whenever your control is leaving the main, then the destructor is invoked automatically. Okay, so now this was about the destructor. So now let's pass some parameter to it, right? Like int y. So you can observe that you can't pass any parameter to the destructor. So this is not allowed, right? So now you can overload the constructor as we have learned in the previous videos, but you can't overload the destructor because it doesn't take any parameter as a input. Okay, now let's see what would be the calling order of a constructor and a destructor. So here rather than giving a new line over here, I'm going to write the value of a. So here the value of x, I'm going to use an initializer list. We already covered the initializer list, so I'm initializing the value of a with respect to x. Okay, cout x. So rather than displaying x, I should display this data member of a particular class. Now let's see the order of calling of a constructor and a destructor. Okay, so now let me put a just handle so that we can easily distinguish between the order. Okay, so now you can observe that the calling of a destructor is following the inverse order. So as I have declared O1 first and O2 in a second place, so your order of calling of a constructor is similar as per your order for declaration. So constructor 1 is called first and constructor the same constructor with the argument 2 is called. So that's why constructor 1 and constructor 2, and here the destructor is following the reverse trend. So whatever the last object you have declared, the constructor of that particular object is going to call first. So this was about the constructor and destructor. But here you can observe one more thing. If I'm going to declare some object which is a global object, like you can declare like this ABC, let's suppose X is my object and I'm going to pass 100 to it. So now let's see that what will happen at this time. So now, okay, so now you can observe that, even before entering to the main, fine, it's calling the constructor for this object. So that's why before all of the objects you've declared in the main, so this has been called, the constructor for this object has been called with 100. And whenever it's going to leave the scope of a main, then the destructor, corresponding destructor for this 100 has been invoked. So this was all about the destructor. So keep tuned to my video lecture series and subscribe my channel so that you will have an update regarding my latest videos. Thanks for watching.